So we are in the second 6 weeks. So if you notice here, second 6 weeks. So go to your Google Classroom so you can know what I'm talking about. Second 6 weeks, week 1, you only had 2 things to do. The foldable that was in your notes journal that should already be completed. And then you had questions 1 through 10 that I already graded. Now, if you haven't entered those 10 questions, you still have a chance. Just enter. You're not going to get none. The highest you're going to get now is a 70. Okay, for not entering on time. So the YouTube video for 1 through 8 is here. That covers really 1 through 10. Questions with the first week. So last week you have 2 assignments that were for a grade. The one for the notes that I have not graded, and the ones for the 1 through 10 from Teacher Mate that's here. And in case you wanted to, which one's for the notes, sir? I don't remember that one. I told you to go home. I'm just saying so you won't fall behind, guys. The notes journal I gave you this guy, and you're supposed to have done example 2, put them on the money chart, and graph them. And in the conclusions, you're supposed to have put here, the further blank on the number line you are, the greater it is. So you should have put the word right or left here. The other page is the same thing again. You should have put them into decimals, money table, graph them, and then put them from least to greatest. So I have not graded the journal, but you know, like the first 6 weeks I picked up the journal and eventually graded. So if you haven't done it, make sure you do that, okay? The other homework that I gave you from last week was 1 through 8. I already graded it. But if you were irresponsible and did not put it in the computer and I already marked it wrong, put it today, and then I'll change the grade to the highest you'll get now is a 70 for not being responsible. Okay? And the other one that I recently gave you is 9 and 10 was part of that 1 through 10, and then I said this weekend I told you to work on these 2, but I'm gonna do them again in case you were not listening last week because we're presenting. Today, this whole page will be due by tomorrow, which means 11 through 16. What I'm doing right now, we're gonna do together half of it, like I always do. Questions? So this one should already been entered and graded. It's already graded. 1 through 8 is done. 9 and 10 is done. Today's homework is from 11 all the way to 16. And in reality, 11 and 12 should have been done during the weekend. But some of you may have forgot, so that's okay. I'm fine. I'm going to reassign 11 through what? 16. Questions? So I'm going to do number 11 with you. So go to your homework journal. We should already have it done, but if you did not do it or you were absent yesterday, go to your homework journal. Okay? Or Friday, my bad. And put here homework, today's date, and we're going to do 11 through 16, guys. 11 through 16. Okay? We're still ordering and comparing. Number 11. The first thing you're going to do, you're going to read the story. It says, which list shows the fractions below in order from greatest to least? And we have that list right there. So we have 2/3. So let me put the question first. Order, least, no, greatest to least. My bad. Greatest to least. That's what they're asking me to do. Questions. So you always begin, what are they asking me to do? That's your first job, to check what are they asking me to do. That's job number 1. And if you notice, my PSP or my problem solving model, that's what it says. The first thing to do is analyze given information. Like, go check what they're asking you to do. Go get the facts. Check what they're asking you to do. Go get the facts. That's the first thing you always have to do when you're problem solving. Now, the facts is that they gave me the fraction 2/3. They gave me the fraction 5/12. They gave me the fraction 5/6. They gave me the fraction 1/2. And they gave me the fraction 3/4. So they gave me all these fractions. They want me to put them in what? In order from greatest to least. Now let me ask you a question. Is it easy to put something in order that's in fraction form? No, it's easier to put it in what form? Decimal, which is like money. So my strategy, these are the facts, by the way. That's the information they gave me. This is the question. These are the facts. The strategy is what? What's the strategy? Good. Change to decimal, which is the money table, right? And draw a number line. So anytime that I see that word order, greatest to least to greatest, my first job is to change them to what? Decimal money table and draw a number line. That's my strategy. These are the facts. This is the question. And if you look at my plan here, that's what it says. Formulate a plan or a what? Strategy. So you first check what are they asking me, what information they give me, that's the facts. Then we're going to formulate a plan or a strategy. Our plan or strategy is to change to decimals, treat it like money, and draw a number line. That's our plan when we're ordering things. Okay, so let me do my plan now. I told you to make a table, a T-chart. And on the left side is the facts that they gave us. And on the right side, it's the decimals that we're going to change them to decimals, like money. Questions with that part? Now on Friday, I told you that which of these fractions is pretty easy to change to decimal mentally? The half. Good. What did we learn about half? What's half a dollar? 50 cents. Right? Halves should be pretty easy to change. Half a dollar, 50 cents. So let me circle this guy that I already changed them. Who's the other one that's pretty easy also? 3 out of 4. Those you should be thinking of what? Quarters, right? The 4, because how many quarters do you need to make a dollar? 4. Once you see the 4, you should be thinking of quarters. They want 3 quarters. The top number tells you how many they want out of the 4. They want how many? 3. So it'll be 25, 50, 75. So how many cents? 75 cents. Questions with that one? So I'm done with this guy. Which other one did I tell you to memorize that should be easy from now on? The thirds. That 3 on the bottom tells me that it's 33 cents. That 3 at the bottom tells me it's 33 cents repeater. But they want how many of them? 2. So since they want 2, 2/3 would really be how much? 66 cents repeater. Don't forget to put the repeating bar. Now, if I don't remember them, because you don't want to study those easy fractions, what can we also do? Bottom out, divide. I hope that we memorize this. Half a dollar, 50 cents. The one with the 4, think of quarters. 25, 50, 75, a dollar. Okay? The one with the 3, 33 cents. Pero como quieren 2, it'll be 66 cents. 33 plus 33 will be 66. Questions? So right now, I'm going to make this longer because no me están cabiendo. 512 would be next. Now, did I tell you to memorize that one? No. So guess what? I'm going to go to the side and I'm going to bottom out. 5 divided by 12. What's the first thing to quickly do? Put your decimal. That's the first thing to quickly do. Now we start. 5, is that enough for 12? 50, is that enough for 12? Yes. I don't know times what, so I can go to the side and start guessing. 4, let's see if it's 4. Go to the side and guess basically. What's 4 times 2? 8. 4 times 1? 4. That's pretty close, right? So guess what? It is 4. This becomes 10, this becomes 4. 10 minus 8 would be 2. What do you do when there's a remainder? You drop another 0. Now it's 20. 12 times what would give me close to 20? Huh? 1. Another remainder. So guess what I do again? I go here and drop another 0. We keep on dropping zeros, guys, until you're done. Times what for 80? Pues no sé, I'm going to have to go to the side. What do you want to guess now? 4 was 48. 6? 7? 7 or 6? Let's try 7. Somebody said 7. Oops, se pasó. So who do you think is going to be? 6. Guys, if you don't know times what, go to the side and just guess and check. That's what it's called. It's a strategy in math. You guess and check. Yep, it's 6. Another 8. So guess what's going to happen with this guy? It's going to be a what? A repeater. So I can put a repeater there on the top of that one. But for our stuff, we don't have to worry about all 3. 10, hundreds, thousands, we stop there in the thousands. That's it. Stop right there. But now, to put it, we put it as money. How many pennies would this be? 40 what? 41 cents. Or we can go 5 or higher, add 1 more, so it can be 40 what? 42. Questions? Now, if you're a calculator kid, it's even easier. You see that 5? 5. You see that little bar? What does that little bar mean in math? Divide. You see that? That's divide. What's on the bottom? 12. Enter. 0.416. Remember, calculator kids, you don't have to worry about the last ones. Just worry about the first 3 up to the thousands. Didn't we get the same thing as the kid that's not a calculator? And who's repeating? 6. That's what we said. So if you're a calculator kid, it's pretty easy to quickly put the money. Okay? So your work will look like this, calculator kids. You would still show me the division here. Put my decimal. But instead of doing all this, you just transfer what it says here. 5 divided by 12. What came out there? You just put that on the top. 0, 4, 1, 6 repeater. That's the word for the calculator kit. This. That's it. And then put in your table. Questions, calculator kits. So what's the difference between the calculator kit and the non-calculator kits? That the calculator kit will punch it in, put the answer there, and he still needs to do the table. He still needs to give me the question, the facts, the strategy. They still need to do all this. The only difference is that they're not actually calculating. They're not counting times what, times what. They're just punching it in, and then the calculator will do the job. Questions? No. Okay, the next one is 5 out of what? ¿Quién sigue? 5 out of what? 6. Right? So I'm going to go 5 divided by 6. Quickly put your decimal. Like the calculator kid will come now here and go 5 divided by 6. And that would be the answer. Where do they stop? In the thousands. Right there. 0.833 repeater. They're done. The calculator kid is done here. The rest of us put model. Not enough. Add a 0 times 8 would be 48. Add a 0. times 3 would be 18. And look what happened. Who came out again? 20. So guess who's going to be here again? 3, right? Y mira, de vuelta otro 2. But we stopped there, guys. Now, put it as money. How many pennies would this be? Huh? 83 cents. Good. Why didn't I round this sign? Because this is not 5 or higher. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or higher, add one more. 4 or less, let it rest. Now it's money, yes? Okay, so now we have changed everything to decimal to money. Now we need to draw a what? Number line. So right here in the bottom, I'm going to draw a big number line. Larga. Use the whole space. Use the whole space. So like that you don't make a mess. Now they're all positives or do we have negatives? They're all positives. So should I put the 0 in the middle?
No.
To the right?
Left.
No, to the left. You know why to the left, right?
Yes.
Because to the left there's negatives. And we don't need no negatives. We need all what? Positives. So your first job is to place the 0. Now some of you think they didn't give us 0 in the facts. Who cares? We need a 0 to start the number line. We need the 0 to start the number line. We need to start with a 0 before we even do anything. Now go down the list and tell me after 0 cents, who would come out first from all these pennies? Good job, 42 cents. Now, on the top, put the original. The original is really 512. You better put the original. You put the money, the original. Who comes out next? And then put a check to guys so you know you already used it. Who would come on next after 42 cents? From all those? Huh? 50 cents. And what was the original fact on that one? 1/2. Make sure you put the 1/2 on top because now you're not gonna know who's who. This guy is 512. This guy is half. Check for that guy. Who would be next? Who's the next guy? 66 cents. Good. Repeater. And what's the original for that one? 2/3. Check that guy. Who's next? Huh? Good. And what's the repeater for that one? 3/4. Check on that guy. And then the last one would be how many cents? 83 cents. And who's the repeater? I mean, who's the repeater? Is the 3. Don't forget the repeater is the 3. And who's the original? 5/6. Now, before you even answer anything, check if it makes sense. 0, 42, 50, 66, 75, 83. Does that make sense? Yes. Now let's darken this. Who's this guy? Huh? The less than. And who is this one? You put the C for comparing, that makes the G for greater. This is the greater than, this is the less than symbol. Now go check your question. The question wants to go from where? How does the question want? So I'm starting from the G. So put the word start. You're starting from the G and tell me who would be first. Huh? Who would be first? 83, which is really 5, 6. So go ahead and put that this is first. Who would be second? Which is really who? This would be second. Guys, we're going this way, right? Why are we going this way? Because they want greatest to least. Now, if we're least to greatest, then we would go this way. He would have been first, second, third, fourth, fifth. But right now, the question says greatest to what? Least. So I'm starting from the G, from the greatest. Who's first? 5, 6. Who's second? 3/4. Who's third? 66, but who's really third? 2/3. We have to go back the way they were. This is just a strategy so we can quickly place it on the number, but we have to go back the way they were. That's why I make you do the money table so we can know who's who. Who's fourth? 50 cents, which is really 1/2. And then who's fifth? 5/12, right? Yes? Now go check your choices. Who has first 5/6? A is out, D is out. So right now B and C are winning. Who would be second on the list? 3/4, right? Look, second on the list should be 3/4. So the answer is C. Make sure you put it in your journal too and box it for me. Now your homework will be obviously number 12. The way I did number 11, you're going to go home and do number 12. Number 12 says the same thing. Which list shows the fractions below in order from least to what? But this time they don't want you to go from greatest to, they want you to go from least to greatest. Questions? And I'm zooming in so in case somebody that lost the paper, they'll have it on YouTube, the question. Leave it there for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the page. And I'm going to the back page because I'm already out of space. And I'm going to do number 14.
Oh, number 14?
Yes, because number 15 is very easy for you. Number 14 is the harder one, but really they're all easy. Okay? So here we go, number 14. Guess what you're going to do for 13? If I'm doing 14, guess what 13 will be? Number 14. A meteorologist compares city's average temperature in each of 5 recent years to the 50-year average. The results are shown in the table. So here we have the results of the temperature in Celsius degrees from 2012 all the way to 2016. These values will be ordered from greatest to least. Which list shows the matches in this order? Okay. What do we start always with? The question. What do they want me to do? Order from greatest to least. Yes or no? Yes. Facts. What are the facts? We have 1.43, comma, negative 0.7, comma, 2, comma, negative 1.05, comma, and 0.8. Yes? Since they mentioned the years, I'm going to put the year under each of the facts. This guy was 2012. This one was 2013. This one was 2014. This is 2015. And this is 2016. Since they mentioned that they want the years in order, and you look at the choices, I want to quickly put the years to know who goes with who. It's on the table there. Okay, the next thing I want is my strategy or plan. What will be the strategy when we put things in order? Number line. I need a number line. What else do I need? Huh? The money table. I need money. I need decimals. Anything else? No. Let's make the money table. What goes on the left side? The facts. And on the right side? The money, the decimal. Here we go. We'll start with the first one. 1.43. Isn't that already in decimal?
Yes.
Is it in money also?
Yes.
So it stays the same. Now, since they won the year, we're going to say this is 2012, de una vez. Negative 0.7. Isn't that already in decimal? But is it in money? No. What can we do to make this guy money?
Add a zero. Add a zero.
Where?
At the end.
At the end. Acá to the right side. Negative 70 cents. But don't forget, what year would this be? 2013. The next one is 2.
You just add 2 zeros.
Just 2 zeros? Yes? Andale. Decimal and 2 zeros. If you add 2 zeros, guys, then it's $200. What's it, $200?
No.
You need to put the decimal. Now we're okay, $2. What year would this be?
2014.
Next, negative 1.05. Is that decimal already?
Yes.
Remember, let me go back to this guy. Whenever you have a number with no decimals, the decimal is always on the right. You put it on the right. And of course, we have the zeros. Is this one money already?
Yes.
Yes, $1.05, right? But you owe $1.05. What year was this? And that's why I like to put it in my fax so I can quickly see it. And the last one is 0.8. Is that decimal already?
No.
It's not decimal.
No.
Is this decimal?
No. No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? 0.8, that's decimal. That's 8/10. It's a decimal.
Yes.
Yes. But does it look like money? No. How much would this be? 80 cents. And what year is this? 2016. I forgot something?
You forgot to put the negative in the.
Oh, this guy is not negative. Thank you. This guy is positive. Thank you, Andrea. Questions so far? Okay, so now this one did not require no work on the side because they were already in decimals. When they're already in decimals, it's so easy, right? When they're in decimals, we have to bottom out or move twice to the left if it's a percent. So let's draw the number line. Remember, draw it big. Leave space on top and leave space on the bottom because we're going to put the original on the top. Do we have negatives this time?
Yes.
So guess what?
0 in the middle.
0 in the middle because we're going to need to go to both sides. What do I prefer going to first? Positive or negative? Positive. So circle all the positives and negatives. $1.43, $2.80. Yes. Is it? Oh yeah. So it was negative. So keep it negative. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Thank you very much. It is negative. You can't really tell on the handout, but it's negative. Thank you, sir. So this guy's not negative. So we only have how many positives? 2. So from those 2 positives, after $0, who would come out first? $1.43. But put the original on the top. The original was the same thing, so we leave it the same. That's fine. Who's next? $2. And what was the original on the top? Just a what? Just a 2 by itself. Are we done with the positive side? Yes. Let's go to the negative row. Starting from $0, who would be the first one that would pop out after 0? 70 cents. Negative 70 cents. Don't forget, put the original on the top. Who's the original? Negative 0.7, 7/10. That's how you read it, 7/10. After 70 cents, who's next? 80 cents. And what was the original? 0.8, which is 8 what? Tenths. So you can know how to read them, guys. And finally, who's the last one? 1.05, $5 negative. And the original was exactly the same, so que padre. Now, underneath all these, we're going to put the years because they had years. So who was the $5? 2000 what? 15. Who was the 80 cents? 2016. Who was the 70 cents? 2013. Who was the $1.43? 2012. And who was the two daughters? Huh? 2014. Do you understand why we're putting the years? Because in the choices, they have them by years. Now, they want me to go from greatest to least, right? But let's darken this stuff first. Who's this guy? The less than symbol. And who's this guy? The greater than symbol. Okay. And they want me to go from where? From what to what? So where should we put the word start? On the G or the L? Would start. That's why I tell you to circle it sometimes, but start would also help you. And now let's start. Starting from there, start moving your finger. Who's first? So put there your first and circle it. Who would be second? Put second, circle it. Who would be third? Now, if zero was involved, he would be third. Don't forget that. If zero was part of the data, he would be third. But right now we're skipping him because he's not part of the table. Now, in first period, somebody asked me, sir, so why do you even put him? What did I tell you when we create number lines? We need who for sure? No matter if he's part of it or not, we need him to start the number line, right? Who's fourth? Who's fifth? 2015. Now let's go to my choices and check. The first one should be 20 what? And there's only one that has 2014, which is letter what? J. Now, good student will check them out. 2012 was next. Yes, 2012 was next. Then 2013 would be next. Yep. Then 2016 would be next. Yes. And then finally 2015. Yep. J is greatest to least. Questions with number 14. You will do number 15 by yourself. But instead of the years, you're going to put the name of the kid. You know how I put the years here? You're going to put the name of the kid. 13, sorry. And here, same thing. Instead of the years, you're going to put the name of the kid because they want you to put them in order from least to greatest. This time it's going from least to greatest, but they want the names to be the ones that you put in order. So number 13 is exactly like number what? 14, except that they don't want to go greatest to least. They want to go the other way, least to greatest. And remember, if I go least to greatest, then I'm going starting from who? If I go least to greatest, where would you put the word start? On the L. And then we're going to go this way. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Questions with number 13. Let me read it. So like that, it's on the YouTube in case you lost this paper, some of you. 5 runners competed in the 100-meter dash. The table shows how each runner's time compares to last year's record. So Jason has 0.15. Emmett has negative 0.09. Jorge has negative 0.45. Pete has 0.62. And Devin has 0.9. Yes, I am. These values will be ordered from least to greatest. Which list of names matches this order? So they want you to go from least to greatest. I'm going to leave it for 5 seconds so like that you have a chance to pause the video at home in case you lost this worksheet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Questions with what's for homework? 13. Yes, sir. And Devin is... It's a negative. Thank you for letting us know, sir. Put a negative here. Negative. Negative. Thank you, sir. This guy is negative 0.9. That's why you ask questions. Good job, sir. Because nobody asked me and y'all would think it's positive when it was really negative. Okay? Questions with number 13. If I get stuck, you're going to go home and you're going to look at the video for number 14. Or you're going to look at the work, how we did it. The last one will be the bottom part. Let me see which is the harder one. I'm doing 16. That's the harder one. 15 is the easier one. Okay? So number 16. And in case you're wondering if I'm recording, right there, sir.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, that's good. I mean, you made me think and go check. Que no hace que estoy ahí hablando como loco y luego no está grabando nada. Right? Number 16. They want me to go from from least to greatest. Finally, we get one like that in the as together. Least to greatest. So what's the first thing to put here in my order? L to G. That's your question. That's what they want you to do. What's the next thing that I want? Always the facts. Now they didn't give me facts in the actual story, but I'm gonna check the choices. 4.5. Does he repeat everywhere?
Yes.
Yes. 4 2/3. Does he repeat everywhere? Yes. 4 1/6. Does he repeat everywhere? Yes. And 4 5/9. Does he repeat everywhere? So I could get whatever choice as my fact. So I'm gonna get letter F as my fact. So it's gonna be 4.5, 4 2/3, 4 1/6, and 4 5/9. I'm just getting whatever they gave me in one of the choices. These are my facts. What's the next thing I want? The strategy or the plan. What would be your strategy or your plan for this? Money, which means to do a decimal. And what is this? Your number 9.
Teachers, at this moment, please post your
Questions?
attendance. Thank you. Teachers,
Table.
at this moment, please post your attendance.
The facts on
Thank
the
you.
left, the money on the right. And we have 4.5. Now let's talk about this. When we have like you have a whole, you already know it's $4. Rápido. Just with a $4. Now we talked about half. What did we say half a dollar was? So we're ready to go. So did I have to bottom out anything? No. Thanks to that half that I want you to memorize halves. 4 2/3 is next. Do we have a whole dollars again? Yes, how much? $4, right? And it'll be 66 cents. Good job that he remembers. The thirds are the 33.66, right? Good job. So I don't have to do bottom out again. 4 1/6. Do we have dollars again? How much? $4 for sure. Did we memorize this guy? No. So guess what I have to do with this guy? Bottom out. So 1 divided by 6. If you're a calculator kid, you would just punch it in at this moment and go like this. 1 divided by 6. Remember, I don't care about all of them. You stop in the third one. So you will put 0.166. The rest of us, orale. 1, is that enough? No. Start counting, Andrea. 10. Is that enough? Times what? 1. We have 4. Add a 0. Times 6, that would be 36. And guess who comes out again? 4. Add a 0. So guess who comes out again? 6. Now, here's where kids mess up. Listen to this part. You see that 0? That 0, we don't use it because we already have who there? 4. So do not worry about the 0. We just put the rest. Point what? 1 7 or 1 6. Why did I call it 7 instead? Because it was 5 or higher. Add 1 more. $4.17. Questions? Here comes the new one to memorize. Listen to me. Here comes the new one to memorize. If you have a 9 on the bottom, listen. If you have a 9 on the bottom, your pennies will be the top repeater. Some of you did not listen, but let me tell you again. When you have a 9 in the bottom, the top will be the one that's your answer. So 5 5. You just repeat it. It's a repeater. So what happens, just so I can practice quickly, let's see if you know this one. What would be this guy then? How many cents would this guy be? 22 cents. Repeater. The top number tells you. Let me try another one. 7 9. How many cents would that be? 77 cents, repeater. How about 8 9s? 88 cents, repeater. How about 3 9s? 33 cents, repeater. If there's a 9 on the bottom, we don't have to bottom out. I want you to memorize the 9th also. The 9s are easy. If there's a 9 on the bottom, repeater. Okay, now it's ready. Right? Let's go number 9 now. Hold on, because I'm running out of time. Let me finish this off, and then you can ask me whatever question you want. 0 to the right, to the left, because there's no negatives. From all of them, who would pop out first? There was no negative on this one, right? No. Who pops out first? $4.17, but don't forget to put the original on the top, because if not, you're going to mess up. Put the original on the top. Who would come out next? Put a check there. $4.50, very good. And put the original on the top. Who comes out next? Check. $4.55. Who's the original? 4 5/9. And the last one is $4 and what? 66 cents. And who's the original? 4 2/3. Questions? It's really easy when you put it in money. Then just put the original on the top. Now we're ready to go. Darken this guy. Who's this guy? Less than. And who's this one? The greater than. Where are we starting this time? Check your question. You tell me. Good. So put the word start over here. And here we go. Start going that way. Who's first? Who's second? Third? Fourth? Okay. Now check your choices and tell me who would be the best choice for this. Good job. It would be H. Why H? Because that's the one that's in order. Look.
Yeah, it's the only one that has it.
4 1/6. Remember that we don't go with that money. That's why I tell you to put it on top, because the choice is not going to be by money. This is a strategy so it can be easier to graph them and to put a number in it. But se tiene que ir para atrás como estaba. Okay? The answer is H. Now let me leave this one here so like that the kids that are at home with no thing, okay? 2 1/2, 2 2/5, 2 7/20, and 2 3/10. Those are the ones you're gonna be working on. Greatest to least this time. Now half, is that one you memorized? What's half? 50 cents. Have I taught you about the fifths?
No.
Let me teach you right now. The fifths are by 20s. The fifths are by 20s. Listen, the fifths are by 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, $1. So 2/5 would be how many pennies then? Let me try. No, let me do it again.
40.
Yes. The fifths are by 20 cents. 1/5, 20. 2/5, 40. 3/5, 60. 4/5, 80. 5/5, $1. So the fifths are by 20s. Do you have to bottom out the fifths? No. Just remember that they're by 20s. The 20th, you have to bottom out. The 10th. Let me talk about the 10ths. The 10ths are easy. They're like dimes. How many dimes are on the top? 3. So how many cents would 3 dimes be? 30. If you have a 10 on the bottom, it's by dimes. So what would be 5/10? How many dimes? 50 cents. What would be 7/10? 70 cents. So if you have a 10 on the bottom, I don't have to bottom out because you should memorize those. Now, if you don't memorize nothing, you better what? Bottom out, divide, ni modo. Questions? This is all due tomorrow. So when you come in, you're going to log in and transfer all your answers. This will be your 3rd grade.
Sir, 11.
Your homework is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, but I already did half of it.
310 is like $2.30.
Yes. I will put the video again. We're in week 2. This is what I will put here. Look, I already told you questions 11 through what? 14. I'm going to change it to 11 through 16. Okay? 11 through 16. We worry about that tomorrow when we transfer to the computer. Go with a handout. Go with a YouTube. Yeah. Yes. Your homework would be 11 through 16. We're on week 2 of the second 6 weeks, okay?